it's time to speak with Tony Marlow, strategic researcher director in Yahoo, and he's here only for explain us some things. For example, about biometrics studios and how we react when we saw marketing, online marketing.
Yeah, so we commissioned a piece of research that looks at exactly that. The study looked at different targeting techniques within online environments, in particular two. So we're looking at personally relevant ads, so targeting, for example, if you were to look for a new home loan, you're in the market for a house, ads around home loans, mortgages, etc., you could consider them to be personally relevant for an individual. We wanted to understand what happens if that's personally relevant versus, for example, contextually relevant placements. If you, for example, you were reading an article about a car or watching a video about cars and saw ads for cars around that video, that's relevant to the context in which you're consuming content. And what we found was when we deliver ads that are personally relevant, it elicits a state of heightened cognition. Now, to say that again, we're saying people think about the ad a lot more deeply. They process a lot more information when we target in that particular way. And in fact, we measured it through pupil dilation. So their eyes literally got larger by 27% when we targeted in that manner, indicating that they're thinking about it more deeply. So that was personally relevant. Contextually relevant placements are a bit different. They don't really elicit that heightened cognition, but what they do elicit is an increased level of memory encoding. So people are more likely to remember the ad when it's contextually placed as opposed to something like a behaviorally targeted placement.
How long have you been studying this? A lot of time, I suppose.
Well, it's a relatively new field of study, so biometrics and neurometrics. And in fact, the neuroscientists that we work with, and there's a wide range of them, are constantly trying to look for the new best way to commercially look at these things and answer these questions. Because a lot of the time we have questions that people can't tell us. A lot of our reactions, we're not aware of why we react in those ways. And so we need to look at neurometrics and biometrics to understand why we behave as people with automatic responses.
To have success in marketing, we have to mix psychology and marketing.
Well, it's certainly one way to do it. So understanding how people behave, it's a way of heightening the user experience. So if you deliver an ad to someone that's not relevant to them, that's just annoying. But if you give them an ad that is highly relevant to them and highly relevant to what they're doing at that particular point in time, then that's a positive thing. They enjoy the ad, they embrace with it, and they engage with it more.
And these things are part of the new advertisement formats?
Yeah, well, I mean, as a result, advertising formats are actually progressing. They're becoming a bit more advanced. I mean, back in the old days, there used to be pretty simple IAB standards. Now we can engage with consumers in a number of ways. We've got page takeovers. We can have really rich, beautiful ads. The digital canvas is changing. I mean, you look at Yahoo's LiveStand iPad application. We have this new format of ad called a living ad. It's somewhere between a video and an interactive ad format, and they're just absolutely beautiful. So the digital canvas is constantly evolving, and it's important to have these artistic, new ways of conveying your brand message, and people will engage with them, especially if they're targeted correctly.
And Yahoo is using this type of information to loyal consumers?
Yeah, we use this information to understand what people want and then deliver heightened experiences with content and more relevant ads. Because the fact is, our business is around providing content to people, so articles, videos, also functionality like email. People get that for free because there are ads, and the ads have to stay there, so we want to make sure that they're the most relevant they can be.
Tony, thank you for being here. We know that you are in a hurry, so thank you for speaking with us to speaking with FICOD TV.
Thank you for having me. Is that it?